Am I being pushy? How to take the initiative in communication and find a balance. I don't understand, am I taking initiative or being pushy? They're just polite with me. This communication is only important to me, not to them. Have you ever had these thoughts? Indeed, how do you know if you're being too pushy or not? Where is the line between showing initiative and being intrusive? Should you even take the initiative? Maybe it's better to wait until others take the lead. And I'll respond in kind only to those who are genuinely interested in me. Let's figure out how to handle this. Psychologists often encounter these patient questions in their practice. Why should I be the one to take the initiative? Why not others? What if I'm just being pushy? Such concerns are easy to understand, as people often undervalue taking the initiative. However, all relationships are built on initiative. If everyone simply waited for others to take the lead, we'd all be sitting alone in endless anticipation. Many times, people find it challenging to understand whether they're taking initiative or simply intruding. Excessive initiative may often be perceived as an encroachment on personal space. Even any form of self-initiative might seem too much. This can lead to inhibiting our interactions. So, how can one tell when they're being intrusive and when they're not? A balanced perspective should look like this. In communication, responsibility is equally shared. Until someone explicitly says, "I need more space," I'll act based on my own needs. The same principle applies to me. If I feel like I want less interaction, I communicate that, softly and respectfully. But I don't assume for the other person. If I have doubts, I ask, "How do you feel? Are you comfortable in our interaction?" In any relationship, we can only be responsible for ourselves. We make decisions and determine what we want or don't want. If we feel comfortable taking the initiative in relationships, even when the other person does it much less often, we can continue to do so. If we feel discomfort, it's essential to discuss it with the person, making it clear that the current situation doesn't suit us. Based on that, we need to make a joint decision. Either we both make changes, or we end the relationship. If some relationships feel like playing to an empty net, where the other person hardly takes any initiative, it's worth considering. Do you want to discuss this with the person? How important are these relationships to you to continue in this format? Of course, there are relationships where one person is more interested than the other. It's sad and hurtful to realize that the person you seek connection with might not be as interested. But before making a decision, it's worth having an open conversation with the person. Perhaps they have their own challenges when it comes to taking the initiative. How to find the balance in taking the initiative? In an ideal world, everything is divided 50-50, but in reality, it's rarely that straightforward. Sometimes one person feels more empowered, while the other mostly responds to proposals. At other times, they switch roles. Balance doesn't always mean the middle ground, it can be unique to each relationship. To achieve balance, it's crucial to understand how much initiative you're willing to take without feeling overwhelmed. If you find yourself putting in more effort, the balance is disrupted, and it's essential to have a conversation. Why do some people feel like they're imposing on others while feeling uninteresting themselves? It's about self-esteem and self-acceptance. When you gain confidence and a sense of self-worth, you naturally start expressing yourself more. But as long as your self-view is based on "I'm uninteresting, I have nothing to offer," it reinforces that perception to others. People struggle to connect with those who are closed off and passive. The more you open up to others, the deeper connections you can build. The more sincerely we take the initiative, the more willing people are to respond to it, and the more interesting we become to those around us. With proactive individuals, it's usually easier to express your own initiative. People are often drawn to them. Of course, everyone wants others to be interested in them too, but the ability to take the initiative makes us more confident, opens up more opportunities, and leads to unexpected outcomes. If you feel uncertain and anxious in social situations, if you believe that nobody is interested in you, therapy can help with that.